Hi yogis, it's Vivian. Thanks for joining me for Yin Yang. I love this class. I think of this class as a treat. The first half of it is moving poses, but in a slower way, so kind of like a slow flow. And the last half is more restorative. So you hold poses and you get to use props, and it just helps you in relaxation. So we are using props today. I have 2 yoga bolsters. So you're welcome to use pillows or a body pillow. Those work out great. And I'm also using 4 yoga blocks. If you have those, that works out. Otherwise, toss pillows or even books work really well. And the last thing you'll need is a blanket. So get creative, you're at home, you have access to a lot, feel free to use whatever, and when you're ready, meet me on your mat. Today, we'll be starting off with one of our bolsters, set it in the middle of your mat long ways, and have a seat on it, right in the center. Bring your knees down. What you want is your hips higher than your knees to eliminate any pressure. You can rest your hands at your thighs, roll your shoulders up and back, and you're welcome to close your eyes. And just notice your breath. Maybe you want to slow it down. Just pay attention to your lungs filling up with air, and then exhaling. Set aside any to-do list. Honor your time on your mat. Take one more breath here. And slowly flutter your eyes open. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms away from you. Exhale, cat pose. Round out the front line part of your body. Send your spine to the back of the room. Bring your chin to chest. Inhale, cow pose. Bring your hands behind you, interlace them behind. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and open up your collarbones. Let's do it one more time. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. And then bring your hands back to middle. Send one hand on the front of your bolster and the other one behind your bolster for just a gentle open twist. Lengthen your spine and open your chest. Slowly begin to switch sides, taking the time to hold on to your bolster, straightening up your spine. One final breath here, and then bring it back to center. Come up on your knees and set your bolster aside. Standing up nice and tall. Then bring your hips down to your heels. Take one hand, grab your heels, moving into moving camel pose. Send your hips forward. The opposite hand, reach it up and over. Look back if it feels good. Slowly sink your hips down to your heels, switching sides. The opposite hand cups your heel. The other hand up in the sky. Imagine a wall in front of you. You want to press your hips towards it. Slowly come back down, have a seat on your heels, widen your knees, with your mat, bring your big toes together to touch, moving into child's pose. Walk your hands all the way out, trying to keep that connection with your hips to your heels. Press your forehead on your mat, and maybe shake it side to side, giving yourself a little massage for your forehead. Inhale, tabletop. Slowly come up. Press your hands so that they're stacked underneath your shoulders. Engage your belly to create a nice neutral spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Grip your mat with your fingertips as if you want to touch the texture of your mat. Send your heels back towards the mat. If they don't touch, that's okay. And begin to pedal out your feet. Check in with your body. Lately, I've liked to hold, bending one knee and sending the other heel down for a little longer of a stretch. And then switching opposite sides. Inhale high on your tippy toes. Exhale, sink your heels into your mat. Inhale, bend both knees, look forward. Exhale, right foot steps to the right hand. Left foot steps to the left hand. And we'll take a moving Malasana here. No worries if your heels are not touching. Just create some gentle movement side to side. Straighten your spine. Now begin to point your toes forward. Exhale, ragdoll. Fold over your body so much that your chest and torso is just resting on your thighs. Bend your knees generously. And then begin to rock side to side. Letting any stress that you might have roll straight off your back and then off your mat. Release your hands. Wiggle your big toes together to touch. And slowly begin to rise all the way up. Now as we move, imagine you're doing these movements underwater where you have that resistance. Inhale, Tadasana. Sweep your hands straight up. Imagine your feet digging into the sand. Soften your shoulders. Reach out of your fingertips as if your fingers are the only things coming out of the water. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Send your hands and your head all the way down. You can rest your torso on your thighs here, or begin to straighten your legs a little bit if that feels good. Inhale, halfway lift. Press your hands against your shins. For this pose, many people take it in different ways. Some people like to press their hands on their thighs. I like it on my shins. Just whichever pose creates that flat back, take that way. Exhale, ball pose. Come up high on your toes. Send your heels as high on top of your toes as possible. You can tent out your fingers, tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank pose. Starfish your hands. Send your heels to the back of your space and bring your hips in line with your shoulders. Exhale, drop your knees. Send your chest and your belly down to your space. Inhale, baby cobra. Peel your chest and your hands off your mat. Send your gaze forward, look down. You want a nice straight spine here. Today we'll add a little tail to our cobra. Peel your toes off your space. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend both knees, look forward. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, ball pose. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Drop your knees, your chest and your belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Add the tail. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend both knees. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, Ekapada Tadasana on the right. Find your stability first. Then bring your knee up to your hip height. Separate your toes. And just enjoy the stillness. Exhale, eagle on the right. Swing your right leg over, your right arm under. Sink into it. Find full compression here. If your toes can't wrap around your calf, you can lower it. Just kickstand it. Exhale, right foot steps back. Inhale, warrior one. Point your back toes to the top corner of your mat. And lunge generously with your front knee. Exhale, humble warrior. Take a bind behind your back, puff up your chest. And with control, fold all the way down. Inhale, star pose. With the same control, like you're going underwater, all the way up. Angle your feet. Exhale out your body. Exhale, Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Pigeon toe your feet in. Slowly fold over. Bringing your hands as close in line with your feet as you can. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge to the front. Crawl your hands forward. Inhale, easy twist. Stack your shoulders on top of each other. And stack your knee right on top of your ankle. Exhale, plank pose. Drop your knees. Slowly lower yourself all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra with the tail. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend both knees, look forward. Step forward. Slowly rise all the way up, taking your time. Inhale, Ekapada Tadasana on the left. You're able to send your knee a little higher. Keep your biceps right in line with your ears. Exhale, eagle on the left. Left arm under, then left leg on top. Send your elbows up in line with your shoulders. Exhale, left foot steps back. Point your toe to the top corner of the mat. Send your biceps up in line and sink your hips forward. Exhale, humble warrior. Take your bind, puff up your chest, and with control, come all the way down. Are you able to send your arms a little further? Inhale, star pose. The same amount of control, come all the way up. Open up your body. Send your hip points forward for a tiny back bend. Exhale, Prasarita. Wide-legged forward fold. Come all the way down. You can walk your hands a little further through your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge to the front. Straighten your back leg so much that the backs of your knees are pointed towards the ceiling. Easy twist. Exhale, plank pose. Lower your knees and tuck your toes. Come all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra with the tail. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend both knees, look forward. Travel to the top. Inhale, Ekapada Tadasana on the right. Exhale, eagle pose on the right. Exhale, right foot steps back. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge to the front. Inhale, easy twist. Exhale, plank. Drop your back knees, slowly lower yourself down. Inhale, baby cobra with the tail. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend both knees, look forward. Travel to the top. Inhale, Ekapada Tadasana on the left. Exhale, eagle pose. Exhale, left foot steps back. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge to the front. Inhale, easy twist. Exhale, plank pose. Drop your knees, chest and belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come on down to your knees. Now we'll begin the restorative part of class. For the first pose, we'll need just one yoga bolster. Set it up long ways, just like your mat. We'll be going into child's pose. So widen your knees, bring your big toes together to touch, and bring your bolster so that you can feel it on your inner thighs. And what you want is your full torso supported by your bolster. So slowly lower yourself down, resting on one cheek. And maybe finding your breath. Giving you an opportunity to sink more and more into the pose. Three more full breaths. Slowly begin to press into your mat with your hands, keel your chest up, and switch cheeks. Keeping your feet exactly where they are. You find your hands fidgety. Sometimes I like to hug my bolster. Keep my hands in place. breaths. So press your hands into your mat. Pull yourself off your bolster. Take your bolster and set it behind you. Let's go into tabletop pose in front of your bolster and have a few cat-cows. Just to straighten out and massage your spine. Wonderful. And swing your legs forward, keeping your bolster in the same direction as your mat. Bring it all the way up to your tailbone. So you should feel that connection. You can keep your legs long in this pose. We're moving into supported fish. Go ahead and lie all the way back. You should feel the bolster on your lower back. And feel it opening up your chest. You can lay your hands down, the tops of your hands down. If you have blankets or small pillows, you can even rest your hands on those. I like to take supported fish with Supta Baddha Konasana legs. Bring the soles of your feet together to touch. Splay out your knees. This is a little too much. You can use your yoga blocks. We'll take two. And lie them flat. And then now, there is no work going on here. You just comfortably rest in this pose. We do a lot of sitting at our desks, and just kind of hunched over, but it's nice to feel an opening of our chest and our entire front line. Full breaths here. So bring your hands to your blocks if you use them. Set your blocks aside. Close your knees up like a book and roll off to the side of your bolster. And gently push yourself up. Extend your legs long in front of you. Inhale your arms overhead. Exhale, Paschimottanasana. Fold. And grab your shins, your ankles, or your feet, whatever feels good. And begin to walk your hands all the way up. And that pose is my very favorite, the supported boat. This is where you use all your props. So you will need two blocks. You're going to make a little chair. Set one block up on its highest point and the other block flat, kind of centered, so it looks like a chair. And bring one bolster and line it up at an angle. Okay, then take your blanket and kind of unroll it a long ways. Mine have some fun yoga sloths. Line your blanket up to the end of your bolster. And with the last two yoga blocks, set up your other chair. Tallest side stands up, flat side goes down, and then bring your last yoga bolster right up against, make sure it's nice and sturdy, so that it touches the other side of the mat. Have a seat in the middle of your boat, and swing your legs up on one bolster, and your back on the other side. With your palms facing up, you can relax on your blanket. Imagine yourself floating on a boat in the ocean somewhere, and your hands are dipped in the warm ocean water. Imagine the sun shining on your face. Three more full breaths here. You're welcome to stay in your boat. Otherwise, if you'd like to be guided out, slowly begin to roll off to the side of your boat into fetal pose. Bringing your knees up to your chest. Resting your head on your bottom bicep like a pillow. And taking your top hand, push yourself up into an easy seat. Roll your shoulders up and back. Inhale your arms overhead. Exhale, bring all that new energy into your heart. May the light and love in me honor the light and love in all of you. Together we bow and say, Namaste.